Welcome to our first episode of Why I Love You Fridays. My name is Dante, the handsome Dante, the marvelous Dante, and this is my beautiful wife.
I am Lakeisha Palmer.
And we are here because for a long time, I've been wanting to get my wife to do a project with me. And she only agreed to do one question a week, and that's what we're going to do. One question a week. We'll answer that. If you have questions, please comment, subscribe, like all of YouTube lingo.
Can we start over?
Wow. This is perfect.
No.
Welcome to our first episode of Why I Love You Fridays. I am Dante, Mr. Squat for Change, a.k.a. Dad, a.k.a. husband. And this is my beautiful wife.
I'm Lakeisha Palmer, and unfortunately, I don't have an AKA.
See,
Keisha, AKA Keisha.
But she will get used to it, right? Because she camera shy, but we have to break her in, right? So I finally got my wife to do a project with me, and this is the first one. She only agreed to do one question a week, one time a week, on Fridays at 6 p.m. So you guys have to tune in with us. Right now in our segment, we have Why I Love You Fridays. So we're going to spend every Friday just sharing one reason why we love each other. You can go first.
I love you because of your creativity, and your creativity manifests in a bunch of different ways.
Speak.
It manifests in like just your way of thinking. Sometimes you say stuff and I'll be like, oh, I didn't even think about that. It manifests in like the art that you project out, but you just are creative in all aspects. Sometimes we use different parts of our brain, but your creativity is one of the reasons why I love you.
The reason why I have to say that I love my beautiful wife and I love you is because she is so strategic. Like, very strategic. Like, I told my wife, I said, we're going to do this podcast tonight. She said, I need an agenda. I need keynotes. I need key points. I need key everything. She need keys. But it keeps me... It keeps me focused.
I need structure.
She needs structure. So right now, this is structure right now. So that's why I love her. She's so structured, and it keeps me calm. It freaks me out sometimes. I'm so creative. It freaks me out a lot. But at the end of the day, I know I need that structure to keep me grounded, because that's why I am progressing, because of her and her structure.
And so. I think that I am progressing, and I'm able to think out of the box because of how creative he is. If I feel like I'm stuck, I always go to you to be like, what you think about this? Or am I being too hard on
And if I need the keys, I go to her.
The keys. I got the keys.
So, first off, I'm going to tell you why we chose to do our episode today, right? My wife and I at nights, we bought Hulu about a month ago. Mm-hmm. And we came across an old time show, Family Matters. And my wife and I had a debate this morning about this show, and we would like to propose a question and then get into that question. So we have Steve Urkel, who is one of the main characters of the show Family Matters, and he's dealing with two women, Myra and Laura, right? So the question is, are you Team Myra or Team Laura? And we'll break it down. So you want to go ahead and pitch who you are and why you think you are Team whoever you are?
First, I'll start by saying I think that both Steve and Stefan are two marvelous people. But the conflict of the story is, since the beginning of the series, Steve has been deeply, deeply in love with Laura. Mm-hmm. And Laura, although she has maintained a very close friendship with Steve, is not in love with Steve until he turns into Stefan. I just remember when I was little and I saw Stefan, I was like, oh my goodness. So I am Team Laura. I understand why she went for Stefan, and her and Steve were not aligned. I can also see why Myra was in love with Steve.
Which I'm Team Myra.
Dante's Team Myra, so you can share your perspective.
Myra loves Steve Urkel for who he is as a person. Glasses, suspenders, tight pants. Did I do that? Voice, all of that. She loves him for who he is. The issue is, Steve Urkel likes her, but he does not love her. He loves Laura. Mm-hmm. So, I am Team Myra only because I feel as though Laura is shallow. She is trying to change a man to say, you know what? I don't want you. I don't want the Steve Urkel. I want you to drink this concoction. I want you to go on this box, this transformation box. You come out a better man. You do that change, and then maybe I'll love you. and I don't like that.
So my argument here is, in essence, what happened when Steve went into the box and became Stefan was he changed his outside appearance. And Laura had she probably had some
Daddy
preferences.
daddy
No,
issues.
she didn't.
She got daddy
Carl
issues.
was a good daddy.
She got daddy issues.
No, she had a preference of what she wanted the guy to look like. And I do believe that Laura loved Steve, but she was in love with Stefan. Now, what I believe is when he went into the box, internally, the core of that person did not change. Stefan and Steve are still the same person internally. Externally, they are very different people. Stefan is suave. He knows what to say. He had on those 90s clothes that will make you be like, oh my gosh, yes. He didn't have his glasses. He didn't have his tone of voice. And I believe that change is a cycle.
It is a cycle.
I'm a very different person than I was 10 years ago.
And that's true. But Laura also said out her mouth, you become Stefan and I'll love you. Like, you can't tell nobody to make that change and then I'll love you. Like, Myra is coming to the stage like, you know what? I don't care who you are. I know you're caring. I know you may be a dweeb to some people, but I love you for who you are, Steve. And I want to be with you. The issue is, like I said earlier, he does not love her. But the thing is, he can potentially love her. Like, let's be honest. In the beginning, you said you loved me first. Am I right? am I right? Am I right?
Why? Why?
No. It's a point to this. Did you say you loved me first, right?
I did.
Right. In that moment, did I love you?
Yeah, you loved me.
I did not. I liked you.
Oh.
I liked you.
Well, maybe I didn't love you either.
No, you did love me. I liked you in the beginning. I didn't love you per se, but I said, you know what? I like this woman. I'm going to learn to love her. And that's what I did.
Bye.
You see what I did?
Bye.
So Steve Urkel can learn to love Myra, but he likes her. So I say that I'm Team Myra. He needs to stick with Myra and deal with that.
No, I say Myra and Laura have two different preferences. At the end of the day, Stefan and Steve are both the same people that created that concoction. So Stefan is just as smart as Steve. Stefan still has all of the core elements of who Steve is. His just outside appearance is gone. And it's okay for women to have a preference.
It is, but you're not going to force that man to change.
No, he clearly, he said that he wanted to change.
Now, the question is, now, if I'm a man and I'm loving someone, so I'm Steve Urkel, I'm Dante, and I want to be with Keisha, and Keisha say, you know, I want you to be somebody else. Do I have to now change who I am to now chase and want and get you? I have changed. I have changed a lot, right?
A lot.
But my change was for me, not for you. Right? And Steve Urkel is changing who he is as a person for her, and that's backwards.
No, so this is
and she needs to recognize that.
This is another point. So there was already some residual feelings or love there once Laura met Stefan that was trickled down from Steve. Because you're not just going to come out of this concoction, this box, and then I just fall in love with you. She already had some residual feelings. She might not have wanted to actualize them because
what?
Of
what
people would believe.
That's bad.
Would you have dated Steve?
If dating a nerd, I would. Why? Because I'm dating a heart. If you said Stefan and Urkel have the same heart, they have the same mindset, they have the same internal being, why not love that person? They love the same God. Oh, now I got deep. They love the same God, same person, same spirit, man. Oh, I got real deep then. So why not love that person?
Because I don't want to date. If you had, I don't.
So when you met me, was I Steve Urkel?
You was not far away from it. Can I tell you?
Almost passed out just now. Was you serious? No. So one thing I didn't know I did change when I met Keisha. I'm gonna throw myself out there. I wore the wrong deodorants. My deodorants were not working. So I had the Steve Urkel deodorants. So I changed.
Not only did you wear the wrong deodorant, you also had on tank tops. Who wears tank tops?
I did like tank tops. We in Florida. We're tank tops.
No, you're 30 plus.
All right, so I did change in a sense. So we got both good solid points. So let's leave it to the people. I'm Team Myra.
And I'm Team Laura.
Who do you choose? Now we're going based off you. You vote, you comment, and you let us know who win. I am Team Myra. She's Team Laura. And you let us know in the comments. So how would you sum this up?
I would sum it up by saying change is something that happens over time. You are a very different person than when I met you. I am a very different person. And just because people have preferences and who they choose to love and be attracted to does not mean that they are shallow. When you said that Laura was shallow, I was like, no, she's not. She just has a preference. And at the end of the day, the only thing that changed about Steve was his external appearance, which was aligned to Laura's presence. She is technically still in love with Steve Urkel because the internal part is Steve Urkel. So
that's it, man. Love who you love and fight for who you want to be with, and make those necessary changes. Right? Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you next week. Again, if you have any questions for us next week, comment. We'll answer it. We'll give you a shout out, and we'll see you next week on Why I Love You Fridays.